Let's talk about it, Boulder.
I'm out there any play. I would wish I would always have the ball in my hand, but that's not what football is. Sometimes you got to run the ball.
Once again, Shedeur Sanders goes out there and balls out. Unfortunately, the Browns decided that they wanted to make the mistake and take the ball out of his hands to lose. They lose to the Tennessee Titans 31-29 in a situation where everybody's now asking Kevin Stefanski, what the heck is he doing? All the experts trying to wonder what the heck he's doing. None of us can figure it out. But I'll say this. Shedeur Sanders did go out there and set a franchise record. Set a franchise rookie record, something that has never been done before. So it's about that time. Let's jump into it here on the Prime Time for College Football. Hog Media Production presented by Sleeper. I'm your host, Jay. Thank y'all for pulling up to the channel. Shedeur went out there and balled. He gave everything you needed in his third game as a Cleveland Brown. That dude was balling. And I want to talk about how he set a rookie record there at Cleveland and how most likely the Browns are about to waste it. I wonder if their goal here is to lose as many games as possible and an opportunity to get another high draft pick that they can hopefully use to get another quarterback. It makes no sense when you have it right in front of you, but hey, it's what it feels like the Browns are doing. So let's take a look at this. Browns walked up in this game, 31-29. Shedeur Sanders, 23 for 42. Not bad. 364 yards. 3 touchdowns. Threw 1 pick. It's fine. Cam Ward on the opposite side had 117 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a pick. Tony Pollard balled out, so the Cleveland defense wasn't able to stop the run game. But Shedeur also had 3 carries, 29 yards, and a touchdown. So in that, Shedeur Sanders set a franchise record for a first rookie QB, 300 yards, 2 passing touchdowns, and a rushing touchdown in the game. And I'm pointing this out for one specific reason, because Shedeur legitimately balled out in that game, and he looked good. He looked like a guy that had the command. He looked like a guy that had the command of the offense, like he was running things as if he was comfortable. And that's what it looks like whenever you have your quarterback playing in a game and they're prepared week over week. Like week over week, everybody's been pointing out on the socials that dude looks like he's grown. He looks like I said, he has the command of the offense. It feels like he is catching on to the way the NFL needs to be played. And the numbers are showing it. 364 yards passing. Yeah, Titans aren't that great. Cool. But he threw for 364 yards and he ran for a touchdown. And this is where things feel like Stefanski felt the need to just kind of tank this game. Because even the announcers were asking the main question, and this is, Shedeur drives you down the field. You got a minute and some change left in the game. Minute and some change is what we're looking at, right? And Shedeur drives you down, and instead of keeping the ball in his hands, you go for it on 2, and you take him out, and you run a wildcat play to the point of your back forget to toss it on the reverse, and then has to go into a scramble drill. Now, that Shedeur was, of course, asked about that, so let's hear what he had to say.
I was thankful that I was driving down the field and we scored.
Did you wish you had the ball in your hand in that moment to tie the game?
If I'm out there any play, I would wish I would always have the ball in my hand, but that's not what football is. Sometimes you got to run the ball. Sometimes you got to kick a field goal. Everything. That's the game. That's the most important thing is the ball. So in any situation, of course you would want to, but I know we practiced something and we executed it in practice, and we just didn't seem to this day. So I would never go against, kind of like what the call was or anything.
Did it work in practice?
No, we just called it in the game and it didn't work in practice. I don't think you call plays in a game that didn't work in practice.
Of course, Shedeur is 100% diplomatic in everything he says, and he feels no need to throw anybody under the bus. And I appreciate that. And I like the fact that he went after that reporter that asked the dumb question of, did it work in practice? Yeah, that's the reason why they ran it in the game, is it worked in practice. They executed on it. And then for some reason, things they didn't execute. But it feels like everyone wants to keep asking Shedeur to call out his coaching staff as if he's actually going to do it. He's not. He's not going to call out his coaching staff. He's going to continue to be professional about it and continue to play. And it's crazy because Shedeur was out there balling. Like, he was dealing. The passes were crisp. That corner touchdown to get them into the game even more at the end was beautiful. It was a perfect spot. Receiver caught it, made it happen. From there, you had him hit Jerry Jeudy, who's been critical of Shedeur for like the last few weeks, which has been weird. He's been super critical of Shedeur's play. And more so is just animated. I don't think he was critical, but he was super animated talking about the plays and stuff. And Shedeur hit him, and he go for a 60-yarder. Like, that slant was a pro throw. Hit that dude in the perfect spot. Jeudy was able to dip. So you're starting to see that he's playing more and more like a professional, and less people can really call him out for how good he's balling. Like, that last play was still ridiculous. I'm still pretty perturbed about that play. Like, how do you have a failed 2-point conversion to tie the game, and you take the dude out that led you there? He could have scrambled in for the touchdown. He could have thrown it. There's so many options for that. And he was giving you good football, period. Kind of sad to me, but hey, the game's the game. Let me know what y'all think. Hop in the comments. I want to hear your thoughts. Shout out to our partners here at Sleeper. We appreciate them sponsoring the channel. If you haven't checked them out for daily fantasy ball, again, you are missing out. All the best odds and options out there. And if you check them out today, they're going to hook you up. Match your first deposit at 100% up to $100. Plus, they're going to give you $20 just for checking out. And whenever you're using them, they've always got the best promos going. Right now, 60% boost on the NBA. If we look at the NFL games that's going on right now, let's take a gander at one of these. You've got, we didn't get to do Shedeur today, but in the evening, so let's look at this Houston game. So, first the Chiefs. Pick Mahomes. When you click on the player, you can actually see all the stuff that's available for them, plus what they've done, multipliers and everything that's available. So 300 plus yards, let's pick the big number for Pat Mahomes. We're going to grab Kareem Hunt at more. Nick Chubb here, we're going to go less. So you pick 2 or more players, more or less than the stats. You have the options to win up to 1,000 times your money, make these game days into paydays. So we appreciate Sleeper sponsoring the channel. Use our promo code Primetime. They'll match your first deposit 100% up to $100. Plus, they give you $20 just for signing up. Terms and conditions apply. See Sleeper's terms of use for details. And so Shedeur's game wraps up. He gave you the goods. We're excited that going forward, hopefully Cleveland tries to figure this out. And he's your quarterback for the rest of the season, period. Like, there's no question at all who your starting quarterback is. This team looks way more efficient. They play a lot better here with Shedeur. 412 total yards of offense compared. I mean, the numbers speak for themselves. So continue to hone this. You probably have QB1, but we'll see if the Cleveland Browns believe that. But they are the Browns. They're going to do what they do. Let me know what y'all think. Hop in the comments. We want to hear y'all's thoughts. All right, we will talk more Colorado in the offseason. They've had some players enter the transfer portal. We'll tell you who they are and what it means. A few young players, which, also hurts, plus a couple of players that haven't been with the team for a bit. So we'll dive into that. Shout out to Sleeper. Make sure you check them out. Use our promo code PRIMETIME, and then match your first deposit at 100% up to $100. Terms and conditions apply. See Sleeper's terms of use to details. And, we'll talk soon.